They had Tinker in?
Was the one they had Chen in, I believe.
Oh, the Chen game. So game 1.
That game ended fast.
Oh.
The Skelly boys.
The Skelly boys. All right, here we go. So there's been a lot of talk already about the Keeper of the Light. Alchemist always joins the conversation as well, Faith Beyond. What do you expect here in the opening picks and bans?
I don't know. I just guess they will ban Koto for sure, and now they doing it. And maybe Liquid first pick they will pick Alchemist because Aster also want to play it. Let's see. They must have prepared for this. They have 1 day to prepare it.
Yeah, they'll run a lot of drafting simulations, and they don't want to pick it first, but they also do not want to give it away. So the Alchemist gets removed as well, Brian.
Yeah, I'd say this meta has become a lot of like rock, paper, scissors in the first round, and we're looking at like Coddle, Alk, Medusa usually coming out super early, and it's basically how many of these heroes do you want to leave? All of them, potentially none of them. So in this case, we're seeing none of them. Even Storm, like who's a hero who's been first rounded pretty often as a mid, over a 60% win rate throughout the entire event. There's a reason why these heroes have been so highly prioritized, because they're not only getting picked early, but they're also winning.
And speaking of heroes that have a high win rate, I actually didn't think they were going to first pick it. I was going to say Liquid are setting up to close this phase with Beastmaster, because I think in this team versus team matchup, this is the kind of hero you want Zai to play. It's high tempo, it's a strong laner, and those are the two primary factors that Liquid should be looking for to win this series. So I love seeing this pick already, actually, from them.
Still priority on the offlaners then. I gotta bring Doom in the conversation as
Absolutely,
well.
yeah. I mean, it's Aster's favorite hero. It always gets interesting on the main stage because teams start knowing each other so well. So obviously, in the back of your mind as Aster right now, you're like, man, we're so good with Doom, but is this a trap? Like, what are they setting up? If we pick it, are they just going to grab their Monkey King, which is going to win that safe lane that we've seen Liquid play very well around Mickey with?
Yeah. Honestly, this Beastmaster pick surprised me because first pick Beastmaster you will get countered a lot.
What would you say is a good counter for Aster to draft here as a counter to the Beastmaster?
I don't know, maybe Ench or Underlord.
I didn't mention Underlord.
Yeah,
He's
I was
also
almost surprised. Underlord is a hero who
Underlord
pretty much always wins his lane, and you mentioned Monkey King against the Doom. What the issue with this hero right now, in terms of teams not being able to deal with it, is Ring of Health got made cheaper at 700 gold, and if you combine Atrophy Aura with Vanguard, which they can afford to rush as offlaners right now, it's impossible to bully this guy. So now we've got the Aura builder, the Pugna heals. They're already threatening their 5-man strategy that they are known for.
We heard their meme from Sumail with the Emperor mid, and then Boboka is the what did he call it? Gas station.
Yeah.
We've been calling these heroes batteries, but gas station is really funny.
They told me about it, that Boboka, when they just started playing with Sumail, and Boboka just said one English word is, I give you mana, I give you mana. with Koto and Pugna. Yeah.
So there's the Monkey King counter pick. It was going to be a counter to Doom. It's also a counter to the Underlord in lane. But now obviously you are playing into Decrepify, which is a pretty good tool against Monkey King until he gets BKB down the stretch. And maybe that can help Aster stay afloat in this lane, because we've seen Underlord lanes lose pretty badly to Monkey King in this tournament.
They must have to do something with this Monkey King. Maybe pick a Oracle or change the lanes.
Oh, the bans here coming out fast for Team Liquid, banning out the Wind Ranger that we've seen Sumail on a couple times. During this ban phase, you want to protect the Monkey King, but do you want to target any heroes that Sumail plays, like in particular, that are good with the Pugna?
I would rather them actually protect the Beastmaster, which I think is kind of what they're doing, because Monkey King, they could potentially run it as a support as well. So if by picking a hero like this in the early stages, you're seeing that Team Aster is not banning carries, so they're already countered in the safe lane if they elect to leave it as a carry Monkey King. But if Aster heavily counters it, like in the later stages of the game with their draft, they can always shift it over. So it allows them to prioritize bans on Wind Ranger, which is Sumail's last 3 games that he's won all 3, and then also CM, who's the most picked hero of the tournament so far.
On the other side, we have Aster removing Rubik. Has been a common counter to the Underlord. They also removed Pango. A good one for Nisha, but what's the story behind that, Sin?
The Pango? I mean, it's been one of Liquid's go-to mids, and I think the matchup against both Underlord and Pugna is very good. These two heroes don't deal with Rolling Thunder at all, and obviously he becomes magic immune, so can make chaos in the fights, which is what Monkey King really thrives on, is when the fights get complicated and he gets to use a good ultimate. So it might also just be a comfort thing. What I'm curious about is either team going to pick Bounty Hunter? Because we've seen this hero do really, really well in certain games and just destroy the side lanes. But for Aster, that's a hero I would think, Bounty Hunter, that's Boboka, you know? He used to have an insane Riki, but will Pichu play the Pugna then? Or is that just off the table because we have to put this one on Boboka? I don't know if Pichu's actually played Pugna all tournament. Feels like it's been Boboka every time that I've seen it anyway.
Yeah, Pichu can play, but maybe Boboka will still play it. Yeah.
And my issue if you pick a melee support is I don't think he's the best 5, and actually Extreme Gaming picked the Bounty Hunter second round. Same idea, very similar opening to the draft. So they had a Monkey King safe lane on Liquid against Extreme Gaming's Underlord Bounty off lane, and Mickey was 1v2ing at like minute 4, minute 5, and the game got out of hand because of that. So I like that they pick a ranged support. A lot about Monkey King is kiting his Wukongs, also being able to poke him down with damage where you're continuously canceling his ability to primal spring on trees, limiting his mobility, and Disruptor's great against heroes like Monkey King, where you can punish their mobility. If you manage to get the Thunder Strike on him, suddenly this Monkey King on trees is no longer so elusive.
The Disruptor comes out for Aster indeed. Then we got Team Liquid thinking about their next pick. Time to get a support in the mix.
Yeah, they have to make decision where this Monkey King go. Maybe they will pick 2 support here.
I'm trying to think, like historically, I think both Pugna and Disruptor have like similarly tough matchups, right? They're 2 low HP range supports that really don't like when you get on top of them. So I wonder if Liquid can try to abuse that from a support perspective. Either, this was one hero I was going to suggest because as Faith Beyond pointed out, this can really help Monkey King. This duo is very strong, it's a Liquid special. And the magic immunity of Fate's Edict is amazing this game. Everything Aster is showing right now is full magic damage, so you protect against that with the Oracle second spell. And now the question is, what do you do for Boxy? Is it Boxy Monkey King? Are you getting some sort of 4 that can get on these backline supports from Aster that are just going to keep the fight afloat?
I like Void Spirit. That's what
you think I should pick the mid now?
Yeah, I think if they leave the Monkey King open, that does give them advantages. I think there's advantages to both picking supports here and giving Nisha potentially better game matchup, but you're not going to get the lane matchup because Aster has the overall last pick, and it's just a hero that can dodge Glimpse innately, so you don't have to itemize around the Disruptor. He jumps the back line. He may struggle a bit against the Underlord Root.
Cheers,
a lot
guys.
of the spirits do. Right on. They're getting in the mood for this game.
Yep. Starting with the pitchers early in the morning, although it's afternoon. What am I saying?
It's in the afternoon.
It's in the afternoon. We're in there already.
12:08, yes.
Exactly.
Now it's justified. Just needed to cross the 12 o'clock mark.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Oracle. I remember I interviewed Insani on the day before the.
Ooh,
Hold that thought.
Huh.
That's an
a crowd
explosive
favorite
pick.
right there.
Wow.
Yeah, we love that.
It's not expecting that one.
Me either.
Yeah, this hero is terrible.
Terrible.
How do you really
Yeah,
feel?
because Takis, if you let Takis win the lane, it will destroy you.
Oh, so it's terribly good.
Yeah, it's so much damage.
Oh, okay. I took that wrong as well.
It's terrible for Aster, it sounds like, for sure. It does mean that we're leaving Monkey King as a core, for either Mickey or Nisha.
Yeah. And I think Liquid want to play this Monkey King against the Underlord matchup, but now that Aster have immediately counterpicked this with Slark, this looks like a really good Slark game.
It does.
You have Dark Pact against Beastmaster Roar, which is one of the primary value points of this hero in the later stages of the game. Slark is one of the few heroes that can actually fight Monkey King in Wukong's command, because you can just use both your shard and your ult to just stick and steal his stats and fight him head on. And yeah, there's just no bad matchup for Slark in this game so far, so I think Liquid's last pick mid might want to deal with this hero in particular to make this game smooth for them.
What heroes deal with Slark? I mean, Leshrek comes to mind, but that really hasn't been...
Oh, this is
Ever
not a
since
good last
Mage
game.
Slayer 2,
Yeah,
it's
it's
tough.
not great hero at the moment.
I think Void Spirit in theory should be okay. You have a lot of AoE damage, right?
Yeah, Void
If you wanna
Spirit
burst.
is okay. Yeah.
They might go something like SF as well, but that's
Shadow
been like a pretty high favored 9th pick when you don't see your lane matchup yet, because SF's pretty reliable. I'm just thinking that right now, Aster has doubled down on kiting them. Like we already mentioned, backline supports. Underlord has a lot of low cooldown spells. You can reset the fight potentially with his ultimate. Slark has tons of disengage now. It's all about kiting the Oracle ulti, kiting the Wukong, surviving the Beastmaster Roar. So I'm thinking with Liquid, they have two options. One, they can have a guy that jumps like the Void Spirit, or they can have a hero that stands its ground and says, like, we're going to siege buildings with this hero. They already banned out the SF themselves, actually, so they're probably not going that route. But they could go something like a DK, theoretically, where they say, you have to go on us, fight into us first. You can't. The kiting isn't going to matter if your buildings are dying.
Look at these bans from Liquid mid. Isn't that some lane power respect? They just don't want to lose mid. Queen of Pain and Shadow Fiend, two of the most like dominant 1v1 mid matchup heroes. They're going to expend bans on that after, like you said, taking out Sumail's two, I want to say, most played heroes this tournament in Storm and Wind Ranger. It feels like it is, at least. Curious what we're going to see him on at this point in a game like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Bloodseeker banned out by Aster. Does that tell us anything? Because that implies that they are expecting
the Monkey King mid.
The monkey.
MK mid is a possibility, so they're protecting themselves. If they think Bloodseeker just ruins Slark's game way too much here, I can see the logic. At the same time, though, you can exploit Monkey King going mid with last pick. So maybe they could have given this away and got a really good trade there. We highlighted this matchup mid a lot, and I think if you have to put Monkey mid as Liquid, you're showing your hand quite a lot. I don't expect this, to see them do that. Yeah, here goes Ember. That would have been a great assassin-type hero for Liquid to kill the backline support. Similar vein to Void Spirit, right? It's the logic is relatively similar. There's a better setup for Wukong's command, though. Slight Chains is a really good spell combination for Monkey King to play around, and techies. Both heroes love when someone else in the team controls enemies first, and there comes Void.
Yeah.
What's left that crushes this hero mid if you want to do that for Sumail? That fits the bill here. All right, that was fast.
Whoa,
That's Mirana.
The hero we all were thinking. It's Mirana.
Oh, but is it then a Pugna mid or is Mirana? No, Mirana mid.
It's Mirana mid. The Sumail special.
Yeah, Sumail special. And I think Liquid is kind of have an advantage at this game because they can have a very strong tri-lane. Insania can go through the gate and kill people, get killed with techies, and they can snowball the game. Yeah.
I agree. I think that's what you need to watch out for here is the fact that Monkey King's matchup top is good, so your support has freedom to move, and a lot of the games this tournament have been decided by who uses the gates better, and Liquid definitely seem to have a bit of an edge there. So.
Yeah, not just with the mines, you got the monkey in the division.
Yeah, a lot of this comes down to vision because you also have the Mirana ulti on the other side and the glimpse. Just want to comment that Sumail feels like really the only player that's truly abusing the universal change with this patch. He's picking these range damage dealers that can buy stat items and do a lot with it. So I'm very fascinated to see if he can mimic his Wind Ranger performance on Mirana.
Let's see if he can do that. It is time for game number 1. It is time to hear the voices you've been waiting to hear. Please give it up, OD Pixel and No Tail.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, indeed, I'm here with No Tail, ready to take you through this first best of 3 that we're getting in front of this fantastic crowd here in Berlin. Liquid versus Aster. And already, as we were hoping for earlier, we're getting something a little bit different. This last pick coming through from Aster for their star man here, Sumail, he's getting Mirana. He's taking it to the mid lane.
Something new, something I don't think anyone would have predicted, unless you have insider information on these pubs or something. I don't know where it comes from. They don't have a lot of arrow set up, so it's a very unorthodox mid Mirana pick, and it was also very quick. So they're confident in it, and it's a good statement. I really like how the way the draft developed. I think Liquid were well prepared, and I really like the opener. And I also think Aster, even though it was hard to kind of see it coming, they had a plan for it.
I think so as well, because that last pick, the Mirana, it was pretty much instant, right? They saw the Void Spirit.
And the Beastmaster, I think, was really smart opener.
Sure.
And the Underlord Pugna into the Beast, I think it was very thought through. So I think, it's going to be a good one.
Well, let's see as we get ourselves into this. I mean, kind of overall, your initial feelings on who's kind of got the easier to execute or the stronger draft. I mean, who would you rather be playing as right now?
I mean, according to what we've been seeing in the patch, I think Liquid got a lot of things going for them. They have the classic mid ganker. They have Oracle Monkey that we saw last time. I want to say that it was Liquid playing Oracle Monkey, but the Underlord actually managed to get completely shut down. He didn't get to enter the lane. So typically with the meta, I think Liquid, they're looking to get a head start, and with that it becomes really hard to maybe find openings for Aster. Like this Slark is not going to get ready really fast in the game. So meta-wise, I think it's easier and more understandable to what Liquid wants to do and have to do. But then at the same time, if things get a bit skewed and you go into the mid game and Aster have like even or even a lead, this Slark versus Oracle and versus Beast, it's a really good hero. And this Oracle doesn't want to play against, you know, a long fight enjoyer, especially somebody stealing the stats from the guy you're trying to save. So I think the early game, yeah, if it doesn't go Liquid's way, I think Aster has a really good good lineup.
Oh, yeah, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, getting into the action of this first game. And of course, both teams straight onto the map with the smokes to see if we get some early first blood action potentially around these bounty runes.
The early first bloods this patch is deciding so much. I think it's really important that you come into these games with a plan. And you see, it might look like a big brawl happening.
I mean, yeah, Liquid.
They got the techies with potential suicide, which is one of the stronger heroes. But no surprise should come, you know, with the ward and stuff. So I just wonder what will happen after a moment here. Where's Aster gonna go?
Sure, because
they have to go to the top side. Are they gonna take the portals and just be happy with one bounty rune?
I mean, could you view it as Radiant? Would you sense there's a high chance that dies up on this high ground?
You have to see it coming. If you don't see it coming, it could be, oh, it's going to be disaster.
Yeah, they're going to walk into this Liquid. They've got the high ground, and straight away they're going to turn towards XXS, lay down the boundless strike. They're looking to take down the Underlord first, and they'll get him first blood for Insania as they take XXS out.
Wow, okay. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought he was going to skill suicide, and a lot of people were going to tank a lot more. The Firestorm deals good damage. Who got the first blood?
Insania.
Insania, so not as bad. If the Warrior Spirit gets it, it's an absolute disaster. And let's see, Underlord's not late for the block.
And check this out as well, dude. They've just gone and got 4 bounty runes.
Yeah. So that's also the big win. That's the big W that they get here. Dire Radiant doesn't get anything.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you don't, 10 seconds in, already a 1,000 gold lead off the back of that first kill, and the 4 bounties for Liquid.
Wow, oh, wow. So, like I was saying before, these early games, this pre-creep wave meeting has a big decision for what can happen. Something small to mention, you see the wave goes into tower. I think it's on purpose for Nisha. I think he blocks like this. Being a melee hero and last hitting versus a range hero, and being under tower tanking potential creeps, you don't mind, you don't care. But the Mirana has a much harder time. If the Warrior Spirit is able to, you know, meet you under the tower and contest your last hits and so on. So, small things going into Dota.
Sure, and again, to sort of talk more specifically about this Mirana pick, with how quick it was picked up, was it something you think that they were going to kind of pick regardless of what Nisha was going to show? Like, is it sort of about the greater picture for this Mirana in terms of what Sumail's going to be able to offer the team with it?
I mean, I think there's definitely picks that would have dissuaded a Mirana. Okay. I think Ember is a lot better versus, for example, this hero. But I do think they were really looking at it because they saw Oracle Beast already. When you see Oracle Beast, this hero really jumps up in value simply just from the ulti. Because you can get to the backline, you can get past the Hawk. Becomes really hard to have the normal fight where Monkey gets gone on first and so on.
Let's see how some of these side lanes go. I mean, this top lane, XXS against Mickey on his Monkey King and Seni on the Oracle. How tricky of a lane is this for the Underlord?
It's not always that tricky. Okay. It's not always a lane that you see Underlord get bullied in. And I actually think Underlord's skill set, like both the W and the Firestorm, are really, really good. Bottom lane.
1-8. He's going to get him with a pounce, but has to back off. I think it's a little too low against the two of them, and has to be cautious, especially once Liquid hit those level 3s. And Zai's going to be ready with the spam and ready to play super aggressive on this slot.
What you really don't want to have happen is like this Monkey getting boots on you and you not getting your Vanguard, if that's what you're going for. I think he's going to go for mana boots because he's getting the levels here. And he has a Pugna. I wonder.
He's going in here with the Starstorm, bringing Nisha down low, but still with bottle charges to play. Goes down bottom, Monarch being kept low, but he's building up the 1 charges. So we'll have that sort of element of protection if Liquid do start to dive him any further.
Oof, he didn't get the banner creep. Banner creep's so important. Oh, Sumail.
Oh, yeah, still going at it. Well, one another here in this mid lane.
Yeah, that was a big win for Sumail, actually. In terms of damage. These things, they add up.
CS so far pretty much keeping it even here in the mid. 14 for 3 against the 13 for 3. It's as close as you sort of hope to see it here between two of the strongest mid players in the tournament.
Yeah, but I really wonder what build he goes for, because we haven't seen Core Mirana in this patch yet, I want to say.
Yeah, are you sort of in the right click, or is this one of those mids that you kind of go for that Atos build up on? You know,
Aghanim Shard does not break Moonlight Shadow invisibility. With Aghanim Shard, the ability...
What's up?
Oh.
Mickey's going to see if he can bring down Baboka. They can. Another kill to be claimed at the same
Mid lane.
time in the mid. Samael,
Oh, that's so
he
big.
ends up getting in and with the arrow,
Nisha's
sets it
gonna
up
miss
to
the
get the
wave.
solo kill.
Oh.
And bottom lane, Monet, he's got the one charges. See if Box have anything else to throw out at him. They don't. Monet will be able to walk away, but yeah, kill for
Kills
Liquid
on
up
every
top.
lane. Oh, gas station mid.
Oh yeah, fueling him up here, TP in from Baboka. Now one of those situations where, as a mid, you're not too sad that your supports have ended up dying in that side lane. It's going to keep you healthy. It's
Oh,
back down
revenge.
bottom, they do. They strike back Aster and take down Boxy.
I thought Nisha was going to miss the banner creep mid and stuff. It could have been absolute disasters. But yeah, Sumail getting the solo kill mid I think is a really big deal. Especially now that his side lanes are both suffering a few deaths. I think he plays a vital role in this because Void Spirit will be able to set up ganks. And I don't know what he's going to be looking to do on the Mirana at the same time. He definitely has better timings, I would say, on the Void Spirit to help his team out. Middle lane again. A bit low. No.
Samael's going to be fine. Already had sort of the rotation coming in to make sure that both water runes are under their control. Pichu grabs the bottom. Samael's able to grab the top. So continuing to do what they can here to give Samael that edge in this mid matchup.
I really like what Shasha is doing on the Underlord. I think the other Underlords were rushing the Ring of Health versus this Monkey King. And I think it's the wrong play. I think you have to buy the boots and buy the regen. And you need to have maybe a support.
Samael, he's going for it again with the arrow. And he's got him! Another time, 2 times now that Samael has been able to get the solo kill.
Oh my
He's
God.
playing on the edge. You can see how he's sort of teasing Nisha with how low he sits in this matchup. But knowing the exact limits of this hero, Samael turning up, bringing the Mirana to the mid. And this is a fantastic start.
Oh, the glimpse. Oh, he gets him.
Aster picking up the kills themselves now, taking the lead in kills. And yeah, this mid lane, Samael, he's turned up and he's ready to play, Johan.
Wow. Impressive. Impressive. Like I said, though, this Void Spirit is going to hit 6. Sumail has to back off the base here, so some breathing room for Nisha, but already level 6 on Sumail. Wow. Full level advantage.
Full dreads now. I mean, we're already seeing sort of the harassment that he's able to deal to Nisha in that mid lane is quite something now with that boots upgraded, the right clicks will be coming through and is going to be able to consistently keep Nisha low. It could be difficult for Nisha to sort of find the time and have the resources to leave the lane and look to go elsewhere. And Samael more than happy to trade with him.
It's going to be a very crucial moment now. Minute 6. Underlord is also in a kind of a vulnerable position top. No, he's going to get this wave. But minute 6 rune is very big.
Yeah,
You see them grouping up around mid already.
Yeah, Aster having both supports at Baboka.
No level 6 on Nisha.
Need to try and control this. Yeah, Nisha's got to be careful. He's unlikely to be able to step up for the power rune himself. It's going to be top. Baboka will have to take it. Really just slowing down this early game for Nisha, making sure that that first movement, once he does eventually hit the 6, may come at a time where Aster's side lanes could be prepared for it.
Yeah. Top lane.
See if we can get XXS this time.
Bubble. Oh!
Now we reach in and get it. TPs are coming in.
Nice rotation from Boxy. Glimpse, though!
They're going to be able to glimpse him back into the blast. Baboka will try and dodge it with a mischief mid-game, but the tower hits and the Thunderstrike coming in will be enough to take him down.
Oh my God.
See if they lose Baboka as
be
well.
fine.
They'll try and turn, but he's into the trees. Insania and Boxy, nothing left to throw out upon him. So
Wow,
lose
beautiful
XXS,
rotation from both supports.
but killing the carry.
Yeah, I mean, Boxy was really good, but even better was definitely the glimpse kill on the monkey. This is tremendous amount of XP for the supports. Oh, you see Boxy here.
He wants that 7-minute wisdom rune. He's trying to set up the vision already, but Pichu's probably not going to be
They
having
get
any
a
of
hit whiff
that.
of him. Yeah, now they should know about the ward.
They can go for the kill on
He was ready to suicide for this.
I mean,
He's still looking for it.
He's looking pretty dead.
No way, this is not gonna work, bro. You got a glimpse.
He's gone.
Neutral creep gets a what?
Wait, what?
How?
How's that even? What?
All part of the plan there from Boxy.
Holy smokes. Yeah, it turns out to not be so bad after all. Like, feeding this level 4 techie skill, it wouldn't feel good for not getting the rune. But now, no harm, no foul. Unless they also manage to sniff out the ward. Let's see.
Yeah, so far, it doesn't look like there's been any sign to take it down. I mean, is this an area of the map you feel on this new map that you would expect to be warded, or is it an unlikely spot?
I mean, quite often I think the supports go there and plant a ward.
Yeah.
You also see the other ward coming out from Insania on the right side. This is the lane that they really want to dominate. They really want the monkey to feel like he can make these plays where he gets the Jingle and he goes under the tower to kill the Underlord and gets out. These wards definitely help, you know? Get an idea of what the supports are if they're not showing. But yeah, 8-minute rune, mid lane, again.
Onto Samael, but the leap's there.
Nisha's gonna get top rune if it spawns there. Nope.
It's down bottom, so once again, you know, this time Boxy, he'll pick it up, but just to sort of these situations that Aster are forcing around these power runes that doesn't allow Nisha to bottle them himself.
Yeah, and so let's see, what's the net word like? Beastmaster went for arcane boost before the Dom, which means your tower push is not as fast. Like you're not able to get this super early hyper pressure. But then at the same time, your own game might be better. But yeah, I think the Slark is now allowed to stay bottom for a bit longer as well. But really, I'm surprised that they haven't, you know, found this opportunity to go somewhere with Nisha, whether it's bottom or top. It's been, yeah, two mid heroes for 9 minutes now.
Yeah.
Has a lot to do with the small things and not getting the real rune, and also maybe being low constantly. 2 universal heroes buying stats mid, bracers. They're getting so tanky. Wow.
And so yeah, Samel going for that build that we're seeing some of these mids go for now, just getting that Atos online as soon as he can, have that extra sort of control against
Bottom lane.
ability heroes. Monet gonna try and get aggressive. He's got the Shadow Dance to play with if he wants to commit, but he'll back off. Respects the fact that TPs are coming in from Liquid and doesn't want to mess around and get caught and jump at box.
Wow, I didn't know that the shield rune actually protects you from blast off damage as well. Like
It's long as well. I think it lasts for
70 seconds. I want to say. I heard.
I think 75 or something.
Wow, what a rune. All right, mid lane naked. Sumail making his way back there. So Underlord, I think he's very happy with what happened, even though he's, what is it, 600 gold, 700 gold behind the Monkey King. He has a game. We saw last time the Oracle Monkey played against an Underlord, the Underlord had no game. But now, I say this, sees him. Oh, it's going to be another game of guessing for the runes. Here comes Sumail's level 6 ability. Not to be underestimated. They do have sentries, so could choose to do something here.
She's going to line something up.
Bo3 just going for the stack instead.
Gonna try and set up onto Nisha. Arrows there as well as the Thunder Strike.
He's in trouble.
A step to play with.
Not assimilate.
See if they can grab him back. They can. The Glimpse nail dodge it, but it's assimilate.
Oh, he had a
Nisha able to stay alive here under the tower. He will escape. Samel, he's going to chase on towards Bo3. Few right clicks. He's got the stick charges, but a few more. One more. He's getting Samel. He's got it. Still able to pick up the kill. Not quite the big one they hoped for with Nisha being able to dodge that glimpse attempt. But still getting more gold, more XP here nonetheless for Samel, who still stands at the top of this game.
It's such a battle at the mid lane right now. Like, not a lot was going on the side lanes after the few early kills. It's always about the real rune spawn at the mid. Nisha TPing back. So he's not getting any side lane action going on, which I know this hero really wants to do. I'm sure he's looking at it, but the opportunity hasn't presented itself.
We've seen kind of both teams put this focus around the mid, but definitely has felt it coming more from Aster, and it is definitely having an effect on sort of the start that Liquid probably wanted to be looking for when they run this sort of lineup.
It's super interesting. I really love what Sumail is doing with the Atos. He's buying Atos first. He's probably going to go for it later on. But this will allow him to set up his own arrows. Like we're saying before, there's no proper arrow setup in this game. You're not going to have the Malice level 4 just yet. It's level 2, and even that isn't the best setup. But you have an Atos with the Pit of Malice. It's super synergy. It's really good with the Disruptor Pugna as well. It's really good for the Slark, so he doesn't have to go in first. Ooh.
They get the ward down. They're going to see him here for the setup.
There's a glimpse.
There it is. Glimpse.
Oh, but it's a bit awkward. It's a little early.
Oh, let's see if we get the balance. Now give it time till the Wukong's come on up, but there's 4 heroes surrounding him. Mikeke cannot stand against this. He's going to live a little longer, but he'll still fall slowly but sure. Very slowly.
That was a little sketchy. I didn't like the crap on Sumail there, but alright. Oh, that's such a feels good. But mid lane taking a lot of damage, while bottom lane also falling. It's a trade, you know? That's one of the trades. You kill the Monkey King, but you lose a lot of tower HP and the bottom tower.
I mean, we're 12 minutes in, 7 for 4. Who do you feel is feeling more confident with the into this game, or is it kind of 50-50 still, would you say? Or someone feeling better?
It's swinging towards Aster. The game is very much to both teams to grab, but Aster was really hoping to get through the early game in a manner like this. Like Underlord not getting crushed, the game not being spun out of control. Now, what I talked about having the Slark versus Oracle, I think you have the win condition. I don't think this Monkey wants to go super late in this game. I think you also have answers to the Beastmaster vision through your Mirana, through your Slark, and then you get the glimpse on top of it, which you don't really have an answer to this game. Yeah, so I think Aster's quite happy with the state of the game. I would say this was a slight win for Liquid, getting all the tower damage for the 1-1 kill. I would have liked to not see that if I was on Aster's side. At the same time, I think Liquid's feeling a bit of pressure. Let's see. Smoke. Got his Atos.
Super slippery so fine. Between the Moonlight Shadow and the Leaps already. He's a hard hero to catch right now.
I know something. Scan. Yeah. Once this slot gets agonized, if nothing is contesting him, I think that will be a really big time for Aster. Like agonize plus time is huge. It's going to be really easy for them to force these types of fights with all lane. Yeah. Never mind. The way that they could start on this was the start getting him force would be really good. But every time you threaten the Pit of Malice or Atos, if he gets caught, they can keep him there. They can keep him chained. If Oracle is not staying behind them, it's very easy for them to stun him to that death. The ulti, of course, super value. Oracle can't save from it.
And do you like the attempt to build we're going to be getting it from...
Oh, hold on.
He's going to go in.
No, it's going good. Keep the mission on him. Somebody run him. What is this?
There. Right behind the tree, meaning that they won't catch him from the creep wave. He failed to play his spell. Bo3, he's got it out.
He was trying to take one attack. That would have been funny. Okay.
The approach to this game can make it the Echo Saber straight in nullify. And once we have that spell, grab against inevitable Crimson Guard, then soon X is going to be coming up and out team. Do you like is it something you kind of get away with the back and Oracle on your squad?
I think it's very smart. That's what they need because if he doesn't bring this physical damage to the fight, it's the puck that can negate. I think they run out of them. I don't think they're going to have enough. So I can get behind the build, and I also think it's very enabling by the Oracle. Like you're not gonna time to stop and pick up your key. You don't. Scotty doesn't do anything for this game versus grab. It will be good later. After. So I think he's doing the complete accurate item. Optimal item for this game.
And in this game, as I was saying on the R, like how easy is it in terms of scale up? Nothing like this. Sort of get the spell. When you look at heroes, should the heroes be terrified, or is it kind of difficult to get back on?
It's not an easy game. It's not free. There are some games that are very free. I think this was the reason why they were on the last happened. It's to threaten or Moonlight Shadow, get on the angles behind. But at the same time, the reason why it's such a top ideal Oracle game is this Spark that came after. Because now, even sitting behind you, depending on how the fight goes, the Wukong can happen, Spark starts hitting stats, reset. You're not achieving what you want to achieve your Oracle, which is like you want to be winning the long fights. But here, I don't want to be winning the long fights. You need to kill on your stuns, you need to kill on your voice jumps, you need to kill on your Wukong. Those things don't happen. I think Spark is going to be king. Of course, Mel the Kill King, you know, I'm saying.
A couple of kings on the team is hard for them to deal with. Thousands of gold away from having the Aghanim's complete on it. Great timing. Still big hand side. Outside. Oracle continuing over with the Phoenix Gate.
I don't like this.
He's going to put the Nick keeps that perfectly safe.
It's a sketch. So good.
KK needs to never get ready. KK taking the grab and around the combo. He'll get the leap just in time. Bo3 comes crashing in for Mal, and the rest of the team and X will escape. In the end, they're losing the boat, and honestly, that's... It could have been a whole worse for Aster.
Oh my god, yeah, that's sure a whole worse for Aster. I was sure that was an absolute disaster. Oh my god.
The rest of them out there. Space's team maybe now has Aghanim completely. So keep it close.
This is 3 more minutes of nighttime. Roshan is also going to be a play. I just finished the Overlord. I think the creep. I think with this they have much more damage to actually kill it. Without it would take so much more time. I wonder if Aster, my mind is like the right place. I want to say yes, but then I see starting getting this one camp. I don't know what's going on. I think they need to be top already with the start. The start needs to be in the
Mel's going in. Try coming in on 27, but then Zeb's himself out the face. He's jumping right in the cleared out poker. He needs to be ready to help as well. Time money, he's got to catch on Bo3. Picks up first kill, and now he's ready to look for more X6 instead of staying in Nisha. Assimilate, plays their defense backs away from the fight. Money turns towards side. Mickey jumps over the stone there. Mickey will still be able to finish off at Pikachu. And now he's caught the old Money trying to finish that shot, but his ult's about to go to an end. Money, so he's going to have to play, pushes for more. It has to be a retreat from him now.
This game is riding in line still. I'm impressed that both teams, the net worth hasn't swung more than 2K to one team, I think. Both teams are really staying at hot spots of the game. Like, I want to say everybody's at the right place at the right time, but more or less.
Do you see sort of this, I'm sort of well saying, are you a fan of this one, getting these supports, kind of rushing the Pavis to the Pavis, first dying straight up on the Oracle?
My perspective with the Oracle is that you really need to be winning the game soon. Like something that has going your way. There is no scaling into Radiant's lineup. The game is even. So I think that one of the best buys has to be is to negate some of the damage on Rana starts to be bringing.
Set up here. They've got quite enough control. He's in with the root.
Such a good kill.
Nisha coming out down the lane a little too far on his own, and indeed swinging the Atos.
They're going to catch more top. They're going to catch more top.
Money's charging straight at them. First bound going to be straight in. Onto Zai. Is there anything to help him out? Mickey gets the wood calls off from the tree. Turns with the down this guy over towards Money. But the Octave back goes in. Zai goes down. Bo3's also going to throw his life away as he jumps in. He's looking for more. Mickey and Insania heavily on the retreat now.
Oh wow, that's huge for Aster. This is what I was worried for Liquid. For something like this to happen. I mean, the Voice Breaker can always die. If he's alone somewhere, one root, one stun, it could lead into so many bad things for you. It could lead into more roots, disrupt the root, limited if you use your assimilate. It's one of those games where Liquid they have stronger team fight if spells are clicked in the right order, but Dire also has so many openings through this Slark and what he can do for his team, but it's tourney day soon, and I think that heavily favors Liquid. This nighttime versus the Mirana and the Slark, that's when the game is really hard for the backline.
Yeah, I think with sort of the action that's being brought to Liquid, we've seen Mickey does sort of shift back, get the BKB on the way as he disassembles the Echo Saber, and now we'll look back towards getting that Nullifier. Just realizing he's got to do everything he can to survive in these fights, especially when there's the threat of Pichu just throwing down these static storms, really putting a limit to his full potential in the team fights.
I think Liquid's play should be to do Roshan. They have the techies and can line it up, get a lot of vision, take over the portal. You have the Hawks. This area should be yours, and you're going to have a Wukong in 35 seconds. I think you have damage enough for the Roche, and I think this is your best chance to force the fight. And if you don't get the fight, I mean, you accept getting the Aegis. It's very cool. It can also help you in the game. By no means you win, though. Like, Aster could choose to give it up if they feel like it's a really bad fight, and I still think they're very fine contesting this game. But yeah, I really think Liquid should push the envelope now, not just farm. I don't believe that this Aghanim's Beast is gonna make the difference. I could be wrong. It's the new Ag Scepter, so we have Drums of the Slum, which I think is also interesting for your front line versus heroes like Slark and Mirana, right? I don't know how it interacts with killing Beastmaster. That damage dealt, so it's all damage. Okay.
Give him a lot of survivability.
Yeah.
If he's in, especially if Insane is also able to kind of offer up the opportunity to keep Zai alive throughout this all, outside of sort of bailing out Nisha.
He has to help each other, right? So he can stay in and tank things, so Insania doesn't have to, and then hopefully Insania can then help him back later. But they still have to kill somebody. If Slark is hitting and stealing your stats, that's how you're gonna lose a long fight as well. There's Okay, so now we get to see Mirana after the Gleipnir. What he's buying Hurricane Pike. They got Orbit Destruction. It's very strong in this hero. Very strong for almost every carry. Slark finishing Mage Slayer. Also very big deal. They saw the Hawk, so they know they're smoked.
Okay.
Counter smoke.
They're going to smoke up themselves. Liquid, they're happy to try and take this fight.
Yeah. Another Hawk. Slark needs to go in first. Somebody needs to open the fight for Radiant. This Pugman Disruptor is so vulnerable. Even Mirana can die.
Aster's going to get completely behind them, but as you say, Liquid very aware that this sort of fight's been looking for.
Lotus Orb.
Clip, but Aster, they've got the vision down here.
There's a Lotus Orb on Shasha S. This can change the match.
And Nisha's going to try and start the fight. He's in straight away. They're going to look to try and burst through. Baboka jump forward from Mickey's in with the BKB. The Wukong's command is down. Aster, they have to split. Nisha turns towards Baboka, but Baboka's able to protect himself with the Decrepify. Samel turning over towards Nisha. They've got the root down to Monet. Drops in with the pounce. They've caught Nisha. They've taken him out. Roar from Zai on towards Samel. The 2 mids to fall. Monet, he's still fighting strong. Takes out Bo3. 2 for 2 so far. Monet looks to back off and reset.
Underlord spells. I think Underlord spells going to turn the fight.
I mean, Mickey's going to try and step up into the high ground into this. The Firestorm's there as well as the root. There'll be the buyback straight away from Baboka. They're in a position where Aster can bring in the backup with the TP's coming into the outpost. The glimpses there, brings Mickey back up to the high ground. Big boundless strike down onto the three of them. The Crimson Guards popped by XXS. Defensive Decrepify and the Fate's Edict here from Insania. Keeping Mickey alive. Actually, aggressive but Decrepify Provoker, trying to limit the potential from Mickey.
Gonna be another glimpse soon.
Mickey standing back, but still XXS and Pichu, they hold the high ground. Another glimpse onto Zai. Two-man route, the Firestorm down once again. The Fate's Edict here thrown down onto Zai to protect him from the magical damage. As Liquid, they'll back off and they'll leave it as that. So it ends up being a 2 for 2, but Aster, they will expend a buyback on top of that as Baboka gets back in the action.
Yeah, I still think what's happening is they're waiting for Knight, or like if they are able to delay this a bit longer, they have Mirana in this again. This fight becomes a lot harder for Liquid to take. Roche is gonna move position soon as well, so there's a mind game you could be doing, like once it hits 24 minutes something, you know that they cannot take Roche in time and that it's gonna move top. I would start setting up top if I was Aster.
They want to go again.
Yeah.
Liquid's getting straight down here with the smoke. The Moonlight Shadow's there from Aster as Monet sets up onto Mickey. Mickey posts the BKB. Jump forward for Nisha. He's got the grab.
Clark's in trouble.
Remnant's there into the boundless strike, but the heals are coming out from Baboka. As he makes sure that Monet's going to be able to continue to fight fair. XXS in trouble. The glimpse will separate Mickey from XXS, but Boxy's in with the bombs. Blows up XXS. Liquid, they strike back immediately, get the kill, and they'll look for more, see if they can get the cancel on the TP. They can. They'll catch him, drag him back. 2 kills for Liquid as they quickly return to the same spot of the fight, and now they can move immediately into Roshan.
Oof, tense moments, very tense moments. They're gonna kill it in time before the walk away. Yeah, they got time.
Both sort of scenarios that time round as well. I mean, Aster, they felt they were the ones ready to sort of surprise Liquid with the Moonlight Shadow. They weren't anticipating Liquid to come back this quickly with a smoke again themselves. I think maybe they thought that Mickey was pushing the lane out on his own. Wasn't the case. The whole of Liquid set up for the fight, and then to move into Roche, get the Aegis picked up on Mickey.
The Nullifier is going to get picked up now as well. This is a game-changing item. I think it can reliably win you fights, depending on the scenario. Like getting the right Nullifier together with follow-up, it just means dead hero. If it's not Slark or potentially Underlord.
I mean, this thing as well, right? If Nisha and Mickey go on the same target, you know, now that Nisha's got this Desolator, they are going to be able to tear through them with this physical damage.
Yeah, and I really think Aster, they want to get to the backline more with some of their heroes, like and catch them with like this Underlord plus Slark. Slark can spend the fight hitting the Monkey King, and you can still end up on top, but I really think you want to punish this Oracle when you start saving your guys and healing your guys. Like, he's had so much value already. You don't want him to be allowed to cast spells for the whole fight.
I mean, it's kind of insane, right? You look at some of these KDAs.
Insane.
It's not died at all. I say it's in the name. Yeah, insane. 2-0-3. They've not been able to catch him once in these fights. No.
Yeah, it's also the job well done from Mika. I think he's manning up on his Monkey King, making the game a little bit easier. But yeah, for Aster to... Yeah, they need to figure it out. If Slark is hitting the Monkey, who's going on the rest? And how are they going to pull it off?
Yeah, someone's got to get to these supports, get to Insania. He's getting far too much done. Now starting to bump up the lead thanks to that Roshan pick up 2k advantage for Liquid, but still an insane close game here so far to start the first game of the day here in front of the live crowd at Berlin. 14-12, 26 minutes. Liquid, they're ready to continue the push now. They've got 3 minutes of Aegis to play with. BKB now done for Monet.
Boxy with the Solar Crest, also very strong.
Ready to really enable their cause, make sure that Mickey can just slap back much harder than Monet hits him.
Now you also get to the point, I mean, they picked up a Pipe of Insight on Zai instead of finishing the Ags. It's going to help a lot for people to not get bursted.
Smash trying with the setup. A lot of shields and protection being thrown down on Tanisha, so not a very appealing target to go on. They'll get the glimpse back onto Zai. Mone's going to try and commit on towards him. Insania with the save. Zai is going to be able to survive. Monet puts the BKB and the Shadow Dance at the same time here. A very aggressive move, and it's going to leave him with limited options to continue the fight going. We'll see if Aster still want to try and find something more here. Again, the setup's attempted on Tanisha. The Fate's Edict's out. And Nisha, he's perfectly fine. He's going to be able to have the jumps up in a second. They can't start a fight like this, Aster.
No. Yeah. Getting the Oracle value. Also, Pupil's Gift. Picked up on Insania. It makes him really tanky. Oh, yeah, 60 strength, 48 agility. Bursting is not going to be easy.
I mean, Liquid, really taking over the map now, taking these towers, and of course it's going to be this sort of moment where Aster, they have to be very careful fighting into it due to the Aegis on Mickey. Liquid definitely being able to force it, start to build this lead. It's going to be a question of how hard Aster can hit back when that Aegis on Mickey expires. Just under 2 minutes.
I think they have to start looking for... I mean, the Nullifier on Slark, I like it. I think it's a good pickup. I do think somebody needs to pick up a Scotty as well, or it will help for these stages of the game, now that we're talking about like massive heals. For sure, coming out from the Oracle, Nullifier can negate all, most of it, but you're still going to have Monkey King with the Jingu. I think you're going to... I foresee these long fights where if you get Scotty, it could be the difference maker.
Sure.
So I don't know if Sumail's going to go through with his Linken's pickup. Obviously, Linken's really good for the roar. But yeah, I think somebody has to buy this guy.
Liquid, they're going to be able to take another tier 2. It just seems in these team fights, it's much more difficult for the supports of Aster to have as much impact as Liquid's, right? You know, you got Pichu and Baboka trying to do the work as a disruptor and a pugner, but most of it's just being completely nullified by the nullifier or just by the saves that Insania is offering up.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that it's because the front line's working out better for Liquid right now. If the front line starts working out for Aster, you're also going to start feeling the pain as this Oracle tech is looking at the fight slowly being lost without having, you know, whatever it takes to contribute. But yeah, the techie spells definitely nicer to use right now than sitting behind as the Disruptor and the Pugna, because no matter what spells they click, it doesn't seem to be winning them the fight.
These arms coming out so fast as well here.
Yeah, so fast. Almost Axe finished on the beast. He's so fun. DD bottle on Nisha. Oof.
I think Mickey as well, because he's going to be able to disassemble that Echo Saber again. He's very close to having his own Axe on the Monkey King.
Yeah. This Axe is also one of the items that really allows you to push tier 3s and Draxus, especially having an Oracle behind. Like, it makes Radiant have to react. I don't know if Slag switching to Butterfly is a better or worse choice, but it's definitely a good item to have this game. You're going to go in and you're going to man up to the Monkey, and you do kind of miss more attack speed because you're going to be jumping in and out, and what you're hoping to do is rack up those Essence shifts. So that's the bad thing about the Nullifier, is you're not really building your passive up, which definitely is game-breaking in this game. Like, long fights, getting the Essence shift on the Monkey, or the Void Spirit, yeah. Essence shift must be really good versus the Universal heroes, right? More so than others.
Yeah, I imagine sure, because it's sort of taking away like just the single element. You're taking away a fair bit of their right-click damage, right?
Yeah.
You're taking essentially 0.6 damage 3 times.
Yeah. Interesting. Wonder if that's something worth considering when picking Slark. It's like the Universal heroes on the enemy team. So Slark, he chose to buy his depth shot, right? Like, there's no way he got it from the Tormentor. So he values it in this game, which I think is super good, because Liquid, they only have 2 things, maybe 3, that really can set up the kills, and you can probably tank 2 of them, and I think the depth shot then will save you and allow you to reset. Super strong item this game. Always going to be strong versus those long stuns with long cooldown, or longer cooldown like Roar. Yeah, interesting. Interesting that they picked that up. Smoke, they want to fight this. Aegis is out.
Stepping up, they're going to get the start onto Boxy. Limps back into the arrow. Monet commits with the Shadow Dance, but he's going to get pulled back by the Remnant. Nisha's ready to jump the backlines. Post the BKB, looks straight towards PQ. PQ able to get down to the low ground side, turns with the Roar onto Baboka. They'll take out the Pugna. And now, looking for more. Mickey jumps in, turns towards XXS, goes with the Nullifier, but the Lotus Orb was there, reflects the Nullifier. Doesn't seem like Mickey cares, though. Continues to stay on top of XXS. XXS tries to push himself away with the Ogre Seal. Monet finds the chance to turn and take down Boxy. XXS attempts the TP, but the damage is done by Mickey, as Liquid more than happy to take the fight that Aster present them.
Wow, yeah. These backliners, they're not enjoying this playing against this Void Spirit, and I think it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, we're seeing each time Anisha now, just BKBs, gets in, huge amounts of damage done thanks to the Desolator. Monet's still able to survive throughout each and every one of these actions, 6-0-2, and is still making good steps towards the Butterfly. But at this point in time in these team fights, just not quite able to do the damage quickly enough to really give at least any of Liquid's cores any sort of threat. Mickey, Zai, and Nisha still standing strong in most of these later engagements that we've had, and they're ready to look for more. Liquid sweeping across the map.
This new Fate's Edict from Oracle, it's so strong with the Monkey King. Like, giving him this BKB when he goes in, or magic immunity, and not disarming him. Wow. What an ability. I really think it's what's also enabling Mika to go for these aggressive plays, aggressive jump-ins, and Yeah, not worry about, ever getting low. I think it's that simple.
Especially sort of against the lineup of Aster. Quite
Torment
a lot
are
of
being
it
stolen.
Relying on the magical damage. And nothing Aster can do about this one. They've just got to let Liquid take it. Shard secured here for Insania. Something else to really be concerned of in the fight, just these additional heals coming in. It's, Insania, as I say, still yet to be found in any of these fights.
I don't think you can save buyback on this Slark. I think you have to buy an attack speed item. If that's what you're going for. I don't think the Nullifier cuts it either. So I would much rather see him finish his Butterfly, but I don't think he can wait for the buyback. I wonder if he's going to... Most people take the Shadow Dance attack speed. I think both are really good, especially if you have attack speed already. I'm curious to what he's going to go for now that you're buying the Butterfly. Because you also want agility gain, stolen essence shift per stack. Does that mean that they are getting -2 attribute loss per hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, an extra one stolen.
Yeah. So
I think that one's always the appealing one, because that, already like to see the big numbers as a Slark.
it's appealing, but the other one is definitely
probably the more sensible.
better for fights.
Especially if you're
better for a
behind,
lot of the
right,
item
and you're
builds.
not getting the kills in these fights. You've
Yeah.
got to make sure the next fight you turn up to, something's happening in your favor.
Yeah. But I think you should buy the butter and go for the right talent and steal some more stats.
All right, let's see.
Keep the fight as long as you can and start hitting this monkey or beast or voice spirit, whatever you can get on top. Harpoon finished on Nisha. Oh my god, I don't want to be this disruptor or Pugna. It's tough.
Not really a lot to do that they can sort of save themselves.
Shasha S is buying the Nullifier. Okay, I see what they're
Close
doing.
as well. Just a few
Yeah,
hundred
very
gold.
close.
They're going to have these sort of 2 items done, the Nullifier and the Underlord, the Butterfly on Slark.
Smart, it's smart. Albert, though, being finished on Zai, it can definitely change the outcome of the fight. If you get it clicked on the right time, I mean, there's only one hero you really want to click it on is Slark, but it definitely will have value on Sumail, and it allows you to break the link-ins for the roar on him. Yeah, so that's really big too. Zai is now top of the net worth. He's been the most farmed hero on Liquid for the most part, I want to say.
He's having a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Closing in on the level 20 as well. See Liquid, their next move is almost certainly going to be looking towards the Roshan. We're going to see it back up in just under 20 seconds. And has just, fortunately for them, will be spawning up on their side of the map here at night time.
You see Sumail, this is nighttime, this is also go time, but I don't know if they saw anything with that ward sentry. They're smoked as well.
Let's see how prepared
Monkey
Liquid
King.
are. Monet, he's going to look for the backline. He's going to look for Insania. Straight away it goes for him, but Insania's able to protect himself, and Nisha turns with the Remnant. The Roar's there as well. They hold back Monet through the BKB for now. See if XSS can look for more. He's going to try and charge down Bo3. Bo3 able to split to the side of the fight, but will still end up going down. They're taking out the two of them, but the immediate buybacks come out from Liquid. As Liquid, they want to keep this fight going, but Monet finishes off Insania. XXS, he's into the Fiend's Gate, and he will go down. The damage is done before he can safely get away. Monet, he's building up the stacks. He's got an awful lot of them. Turns towards Nisha, but the Boundless Strike's there. Holds back Monet. Monet up to the high ground on the retreat. He'll get away.
Oof, this is going to be interesting. There's still a Wukong.
And both teams using the buybacks there. The big one coming out from Liquid, though. Mickey buying back to try and secure that fight for Liquid and push Aster back.
It's worth it if you can get the Roche. Just 40 seconds on the Underlord. I really
Liquid,
wonder...
they're continuing to go for more.
They're going
Mickey,
more.
he's going to go in full aggressive. As he's not able to actually catch Pichu. Pichu's able to bounce away.
There's no Oracle. He's going to die.
Monet goes to Mickey. Mickey pulls the BKB. He tries to get out there, but he's out. Out for 100 seconds. They're trying to kill Monet. Monet's still alive. He pounces out. Monet will live. Another pounce available. The Slug survives.
Holy shit!
I mean, look at the man go. I mean, look at the essence shift stacks as well. That's why you take the right one.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good.
He's going for more. Monet building up the big old numbers. Looks towards Zai. Zai will be able to turn, take down Baboka. But I don't think he can stand his ground against Monet with this amount of seconds. Look at this time with the halberd. And in fact, Monet, he's a little bit scared. He's going to jump out for now, see if he can reset a bit, heal up. Zai, he turns with the Hawk, sends them straight down onto Pichu. He's got the backup of Insania now. Monet, maybe going to consider to go for more, but the ward is down, so Monet not able to benefit from the Shadow Dance right now. He's not healing up yet. He wants to try and find Insania. First bounce, he's in again, see if Zai can do anything to help out. Going with the disarm again. Monet, he's still pushing forward. He's got so many stacks to play with, but he's going to get caught in the rain.
Oh, this is so sketchy.
He's got to be careful. Starting to run low on the mana.
Yeah, now he's wasting his time too. I feel like Aster somehow managed to waste a lot of time there. Liquid managed to waste Aster's time.
I check this out again. Now Mickey,
there's
he
Gemma
really
drop.
wanted to chase for more here. Goes in for that attempt to bring down Monet, but ends up in a dieback situation. Same, of course, for Bo3. He brought back to try and make that play happen for Liquid, but it ends up being Aster taking a huge sort of pickup from that fight. Monet getting a huge boost, now up to level 22, and he's got his next item done. Picks up the Basher.
Yeah, the Basher is really a big deal, but at the same time, I want to say it's almost no harm, no foul. Like, they're still going to get this Roche fight that
That's true.
they want. I think
They lost the gem as well. Bo3.
They did lose the gem, which is really a big deal. Now they're going to be able to get back here, potentially before Liquid gets the arsenal set up. You see Bo3 now, he realized he was running bottom. I was like, I don't have time for this. I have to go back to the Roche area. This is a fight for area. Find the ward. But you know, this Slark running around with the gem, he got a bit weaker. He lost his treads. He lost all the stacks that he got in the fight. This is still not easy. This is still not easy if you're Aster, like having to walk into this. But I think they have to. They should.
I mean, you're going to know that Liquid will be super set up around this spot, though. Use the Moonlight. It was caught by the vision of the Hawk, so Liquid, again, super prepared for this fight that Aster's going to attempt to bring them. Somali's got his next big item done. Huge DPS potential coming out from now. He's got the Daedalus complete.
Oh, random arrow. Almost connected.
See how much Aster want to push in on this.
Yeah, Aster do want something to happen in the next minute if they can.
This is such a hard fight to go for. You're gonna know the Liquid's up here on this high ground and they're setting up with the mines. It's a really difficult fight to enter as Aster. Who's going in first?
You can put a Lotus on the Slark and kind of jump in with him, but I don't think that's enough. Like, it still is not going to open up a fight for you. Oh!
The Gleipnir. Now to follow up as well, but Insania's more than prepared with backup if required. Still not enough to allow Aster to enter into the fight.
So lovely to be an Oracle when your team is doing this for you. You have Techi's Mind, you have all these summon, people are killing the wards. Like, Slark is looking for the Oracle, surely, definitely. Look, they know. This is what I talked about before. They don't have time to finish the Roche.
Right.
Roche is going to make the move bottom.
Yep, they're
so
heading out
why hang around here? Like, let's just get ahead of the game.
Yeah, Bo3's got to start setting up over here now.
Yeah, just the right play. This is a new Dota for you. And they realize, but there's no way you take this in 20 seconds with Radiant lineup. No.
There's no way. You can't do it in 20.
If you get it low, you're just helping Dire, or really. I mean,
can they?
Honestly, I'm surprised with
no
Sumail's damage, but if they would have started 10 seconds earlier, I think they had time.
I mean, maybe, but indeed, as you say, they're only at the moment.
If they started 10 seconds earlier, they had time. Now it's going to run away. What the hell is going to happen now? Why are you hitting it? You're just hitting it for the team. Does kinetic work? Does this work? Kinetic works!
What? It does! They've got it!
No way!
Oh, Liquid's going to be so surprised. Like, where's the Roche? She's not coming through the twin gate because Aster, they've got the control.
All right, somebody tip this disruptor. Somebody tip him, man.
Like, that was... It's sort of between that and the stuns. It was enough. They were able to kill Roche before he was able to make his nice trip back to the Radiant side.
I was all on board what Liquid were doing.
I think Liquid was as well. They were like, there's no way. There's like, we can go down bottom. There's no way they can do it, but they could. They get it.
Oh, that is such a huge problem. And they put I love what they did with the Aegis, putting on Sumail, not the Slark. Sure. I don't think the Slark should rely on the Aegis. In the fights, he doesn't want to die with the stacks.
No.
Having the cheese, I think, is good enough. I don't think he should be carrying the gem for the fight, but walking around with it right now is fine.
And see this again. Arrow was coming in as well. I'm not quite sure if it was maybe the field did it or not, but either way they had like the arrow.
But the field definitely stopped it. But yeah, together with the arrow, that seemed to be enough.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was close, too close for comfort.
So
but still.
These new moves that you got to be prepared for in this patch. I guess now, even though the time is going to be there at the top and you're expecting Roche to make that move, you've really got to anticipate how much stun the enemy team has, because maybe they can just buy that extra few seconds required to take him out before he heads over.
And this is also, I don't think he had. I think maybe he had the Daedalus for the Roche, but this is one. This is one of the unique things about carry Mirana compared to others. He really feels like a glass cannon type carry, being so much damage to fights, like burst amount of damage. So yeah, between him and Disruptor, I guess they had the Roche. It didn't even look too close, because there was still plenty of time on the kinetic field.
Yep.
Oof, Sumail getting low from these mines. Another one. Fun stuff.
Oh, they want to go.
After he gets the Satanic on Mirana, I think he's going to be a beast. He can even go in.
He's going to be huge, right?
Yeah, he might even be able to go in first after a few spells have been cast.
What is the talent that you like seeing be taken anyway on 25? I mean, you're taking the stars when you go for the extra arrows.
I think usually you're going to go for the Sacred Arrows, just for the backline effect and the vision. If you ever hit one of those, it kind of wins you the fight. And the Starfall, it's not really like it's winning you the fight. Plus, like even the cast animation at this point is less damage than one crit. Like the one potential hit can be a lot more damage than.
Yeah, look at these crits come in.
Yeah. So
1,000 damage a hit, pretty much.
I don't think you'll ever take the Starstorm damage. You just wait for level 30 for that.
See, next time pickups coming out as well from Liquid. We've got the Silver Edge complete now.
Oh, there's smoke. Look at this. Slark knows something. What is this?
They're going to fight Maboka. Ooh.
Sumail?
They can get more. They're going to look towards him. He's out with the leaps. Actually, turned it was Monet with the boundless strike. The Moonlight Shadow Aster keeping their distance and keeping under the cover of the invis. So Liquid, they'll just take the one.
MKB finish on the monkey, so the Slark can die. Very quick fashion, and it also helps cut through the Underlord, who he has a pipe. He has the Martyr's Plate, 20% magic resistance, redirect 20% of all damage dealt to your allied heroes within 900 rate towards you for 8 seconds. Wow, that's a pretty interesting item.
Liquid, they will be in position again to go for the Tormentor.
Yeah, where are we at with all the shards? I mean,
Probably reaching so the maximum. Yeah, it's going to be going the way of Mickey.
Sumail would really like a free shard.
I mean, Liquid, they're not afraid to fight, despite the fact that Aster have the Aegis and the cheese. They're going to try and make the jump over the vortex. Forced back to safety, and now they can look to turn. Mickey, it's going to be focused by Monet. Quick Remnant grabs Monet, drags him back from Mickey for now, allows Mickey to put the BKB. Liquid, they've got to be careful. It's Aster. See if they can find something. They get the glimpse back onto Bo3.
He's looking for the Oracle. He's finding him.
He's looking pretty dead here, Bo3, as that'll be the first casualty of the fight. Monet wraps around, looks to Nisha. Nisha out with the Dissimilate, and he's away. As he backs off, just the two supports here, one for each side. Mickey's going to try to jump back in. He gets the grab on a Baboka. Baboka's out. Roar as well, no XX, it's the Harpoon, dragging him back into the Wukong's command. Liquid, they'll take 2 more, 3 dead on Aster.
I don't know if they know about the buyback situation on all of them, but I feel this monkey could almost man up and hit the base. Yeah, Liquid are they're still winning the game, even though I think this Aegis should have made a difference. It's going to run out in the next 45 seconds, so no Aegis fight for you, but you're going to have a Satanic Mirana. Now we get to level 25 territory. You kill these types of heroes and you just see the levels jump up, like level 24 on Beast, level 23 on Void Spirit, level 24 on Monkey.
Monet, he's got his next time done, full Bloodthorn complete, so if they get any sort of lockdown, or if he gets sort of the backlines on top of Insania, a high chance that he'll be able to shred through these heroes.
Yeah, this is Zai. Zai's hero is so strong in this game with the Hex and soon 30-second less cooldown on Roar.
A lot of things that Monet's got to watch out for if he's trying to sneak around for the backlines. If they're prepared with sort of vision advantage, which for the most part they have been with the way that Zai sort of laid down the Hawks around the area that they've been looking to battle. It's getting harder and harder for Monet to play the fights in the way that he wants to.
Yeah. Well, they finally gave up on having the gem on Slark. I don't think he should have been carrying it for that last fight either. It might have made him confident enough to kind of go in, having the cheese on him. But I do think they have to make something happen with this Lotus and this Linken's that they bought and the Slark. I don't know if you put it on him or you just need the Lotus, but you kind of have to go in on some type of target and make sure that the Slark's getting enough right clicks on him. Because if not, you're just kind of waiting for Liquid to get their opening. They have the double Harpoon now.
We sort of saw how well that came into action last time around, just keeping people in the Wukong's command, you know, dragging them back in their final moments as they attempt to step out.
Yeah, bottom push. And
they've got eyes on
anyone that gets found here yeah.
They see him with a Hawk. Zai, he sits up with a vision, but it's deep in the base. They won't go for any follow-up.
That's enough to force all the TPs.
I mean, this is exactly what they have to be very wary of now, Aster. Zai, constantly able to play off the vision advantage and look for those sort of setups that catch Monet by surprise.
Bloodthorn on Slark, getting stronger and stronger. I think this will help. I mean, this will help on the burst, but it will definitely help if you manage to isolate the Oracle. You can make sure that he dies fast, even through all the help that he might get, like if you get the Nullifier plus the Bloodthorn on him.
Liquid more than happy to fight. Of course, now the Aegis has come to an end on Sumail.
Oh, mid lane, he's dead.
He's trying to walk back to base, but caught by the Nullifier, dragged back by the Harpoon. Pichu's out for the fight. They even get the grab on the Boca. But dragged back, he's helped with the Invis, and he'll make it away. Monet, he's going to push aggressively straight into the heart of Liquid. Aster pounce out. They can't take the fight outside of the base now, Aster, especially once they're 4v5. It's surely too risky.
Kill those creeps. They really need to kill those creeps.
So if they can get it, Nisha jumps in, and he's out.
Gonna be triple arrows flying out from Sumail. Yeah, you see, they start connecting. There's no way to dodge all of this all the time. So, big level 25 timings coming up. So I got his.
And how strong would you sort of consider Aster's high ground potential here with their lineup? How easy is it for Liquid to break the base?
It's super hard. Like, they have some of the best spells between the Underlord and the
He's
triple
going to
arrow.
get pound. Then with the pounce, immediately Mickey puts the BKB, turns towards Monet. Monet standing his grab. The false promise there is there onto Mickey. Nisha jumps to backlines, takes out the Boca. No buyback available for him. Sumail turns with the Gleipnir, holds Mickey back for now. Monet's considering getting back in on this one, but Zai, he's in with a halberd, puts a stop to the right clicks of Monet. Monet backs off. The Moonlight Shadow. See if Aster can get back in for more. There's a Pichu back in the play. Gets the glimpse up, but immediately dies. Monet tries to go in aggressively on towards Bo3, but Bo3's going to be saved. Pounds forward onto Nisha, but the BKB's out. Nisha able to jump out with the Dissimulator. Gets out at this and Zai. He's ready to go over the Roar onto Samel. And taken Samel. That's a triple kill for Nisha. Harpoon onto Monet. He has the BKB to run. As Aster, they've only got 2 left alive. Zai with a full 5-man around him. He can lead the push into the base. Liquid, they can start to look to do some heavy damage.
Wow, this Oracle is doing so much in these fights with his spells. So much. Reign of Destiny.
I mean, we ought to just sort of sit back and watch these racks be taken. The mid racks are gone. Liquid, they sweep around to the bottom as well. 70 seconds without Samael.
No, I'm not seeing it. This Lark, he's not getting the job done. Liquid seem to be overwhelmingly threatening while being overwhelmingly tanky.
I mean, they're trying to fight Monet. He's going to jump in, but again, the disarm catches him. The nullify as well. They jump straight back in. Monet's getting healed up by Vivoka. Caught by the stun. Monet now on towards Mikke.
Okay.
Mikke gets another Wukong's command off. Monet dragged back into the Remnant here from the Harpoon into the Remnant. The Pounce out in time, but Liquid just sort of pushing back Aster, making the space required to go for the 3rd and final set of barracks.
They have to go here and somehow find use of the cheese. Wukong's out.
I'll see if they get the catch again.
Clark, yeah.
Coming out.
Clark, go
XXS. See if there's any saving him. Monet tries to step forward, build up some stacks as he turns towards Mikke, but the BKB is off from Mikke. Monet pounces away. The damage has been done. Liquid, they get the mega creeps out. You can do anything with this glimpse. Monet. The backup is there again. Insania's got the false promise back up, and Mikke's perfectly fine. He can turn it towards XXS, gets the balance track off towards Monet. Monet, again, he just can't find the time to stay on a target. He has to keep backing off. A buyback will come out from XXS. See if Aster can find something here as they push back Liquid, as they've already lost so much in terms of the base. They'll get Bo3. Zai, or they got the vision for the glimpse. As Aster, they will manage to pick up a couple of kills on the defense. But Liquid, they'll almost certainly be happy to find time to back off. And Zai, he's going to take quite a beating on the way down, but he will still fall. Monet able to pick up the 2 kills. It's something. But the question is if it's just come a little bit too late here, Johan.
I think it gets really hard to play this type of high ground defense once you don't have the vision from the buildings and the anti-invis from the buildings to protect you. Like, you're limited to more, like smaller and smaller part of the map, and increasingly, these techies and beasts are going to keep throwing stuff inside your base. They don't care. There's no borders for them.
Let's see if Aster can find another fight, of course. Level 25 on the slot, they've got that extra essence shift duration. Monet's still strong. If they can find any sort of pick off straight off the back of this.
You have to go to the Roche area because you're not ending the game. So I think your best chance is to go to the Roche pit, pick up the Aghanims, free Ags, and cheese. You can probably do both, like get this tower and go bottom. And then I don't know what it is you need, but you need some item that allows Stark to jump in and stay there longer. They have a Lotus Orb, they have a Linken's, he's buying his own Refresher. I think Refresher is going to be great.
It's going to be huge.
I don't like this. What are you doing? This is not realistic at all.
You don't think they get anything from this?
No, you're not going to get anything done here. Like, there's Ags monkeys standing on the high ground. You didn't level up from your previous fight. And the only thing you got is like a Satanic on Mirana. No. They have to go Roshan now. They just wasted a lot of time, so it gets even harder. Like, the one good thing that they got going for them is that they can play with this Underlord ulti. They can play this defend base and connect to a team fight. But yeah, I don't know. This Roche is not theirs anymore. Liquid's going to contest it. And I have no idea how they're going to fight.
He's about to lose pretty much all the stacks that he got from that base defense.
Yeah.
So very sort of
Oh, I don't like what I'm seeing here.
Well, if you have to, you just got to get back to the base. No chance for a fight.
You lose if they get this. They lose for sure if they're playing against this Aghanims and Aegis. They have some Ags on the Void Spirit. Hella strong, so strong. You can always sell it on Monkey and get one for free. Get the money back.
They're going to take the risk of just letting Liquid have this and just play for the high ground defense.
But I think the risk of this is like guaranteed. You're guaranteed to lose. But let's see. The Aghanims, the Refresher on the Slark, I think is huge. I think what you can imagine happening is too many charges stolen, too many charges on the Slark. You keep jumping from target to target.
True.
And let's say some miracle he gets over 100 charges. I think you can go throne with this.
Tell you what as well, look, he's going to have a DD rune for this defense.
Ooh,
DD rune and
that
Refresher.
does something. Yeah. And Refresher, does he have the money yet?
I think he wants to buy, you'd rather take the Refresher over the buyback, right? Because you want to have that one life to live with the stacks.
This buyback, I don't like this Slark jumping in. He also has 0 deaths, you know. I think he played really well in the game. But if he ends the game with 0 deaths, I think it means that his mentality wasn't correct. It's your job, this game, to stay in the fight. And it's, of course, your team's job to help you stay in the fight, but at the moment, I feel like they haven't committed yet enough.
Nisha able to just quickly kill off Pichu. He does have buyback available on the Disruptor. And there it is. Rapier on Sumail, so some big items coming out here for the 2 cores. Monet with the refresher, Sumail with the Rapier.
Rapier on Mirana.
So there's going to be enough Monet. Starting the fight with some good damage onto Mickey, able to bring him down to half HP, but of course Mickey does have changes. They turn towards him, has to put the BKB pounce out. Monet gets away.
Oh.
As the Wukong's command forced out here from Mickey. But the first tier 4's fallen.
Arrows, not connecting.
And we're seeing the crits here, but pretty much 1900 damage crits coming out from Sumail with this Rapier. Sumail can survive, and if sort of Aster's frontline can play itself, I mean, sort of now between Monet jumping in and Sumail able to have the distance, the positioning to get the damage done, there is a chance now for Aster to find these kills to start the fight, but Sumail, he's going to get jumped. They'll throw down the link as the Lotus Orb's able to jump to the side. Sun catches onto Monet, but the backup's there now with the Hex. Going to get reflected back over the way towards Zai. They're pushing them back, Aster holding the tier 4.
There's a really interesting play of the double Death Shroud on the Mirana, sitting in the fight, hitting.
True.
You will only have a few spells in the game. I mean, there's Monkey Spell, Techie Spell, and Voice Spear Spell that can stun through. And Sumail doesn't have BKB. But let's say Sumail picks up a BKB next. You are able to...
Oh! They're going to try and go in. See if they can burst through Mickey. They've done it. As the age is gone, they take him down the once. The Lotus Sumail, though, he's getting hit by Baboka with the saves. Death Shroud's down as well. Sumail, he's going to jump in fully aggressive. Gets caught by the Hex into the boundless strike. Though Sumail pounces out. He's still alive. The life drain. Baboka keeping Sumail alive in this fight as they turn. Sumail stands his ground. Manish is in on top of him. Controls him with the remnant. Sumail's out for 100. He's out of the game. Save for XXS. The final attempt from Aster not going to be good enough to hold back Liquid as Liquid take the tier 4. They'll look to close it up. This game 1 going to Team Liquid.
Wow. Oh my